Hello and welcome to everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate you joining the stream. Yes, Operation Dawi Thunder is going to continue. This is going to be the great grudge war to end all grudge wars. And it will be filled with powder and shot. So it's going to be a good time. I am using a mod that was made by Snek. It's the same one, that's the same modder who made Empire guns that I used for my previous all-gun Empire campaign. While we will not be doing all-gun in this one, there will be plenty of them. And we're getting really close to it, actually. Let me switch over here. Good evening. Good evening for me, I guess. While I'm recording this, it's evening. My voice is going to sound a little strained. And hopefully I don't get into a coughing fit, as has been the case every night for the last while. It's made it very difficult to record. But my voice is coming back. It's getting better every day. I recorded a pretty long video earlier today. My voice is still here, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't get sick often. In fact, this is the first time I've been sick since COVID started. And I say that because Mrs. Air actually had COVID the first summer after it had come to the States, and it didn't do anything to me. I just don't get sick often. Like, my kids and wife have all had the flu and tested positive for flu before, and I don't get the flu. I rarely, if ever, get a cold. What I do get occasionally is sinus things, and it seems like every few years I get some kind of sinus super bug, and it just absolutely shreds me. And I'll lose my voice as a result, and, you know, it just takes a few days for it to come back. And that's what's happened. But I'm back. It's mostly back to normal. Like I said, I'm just going to sound a little more grizzled than my normal grizzled voice. But, you know, as long as you all can deal with that, we should be fine. But, yeah, apologize I was out for a few days. That's what it was. It wasn't just me out having a good time and in my island home mansion in the middle of the Caribbean, because I don't have one, and, you know, because I just don't have that kind of money. But in any case, yeah, no, it wasn't me just having a day off. In any case, let's get things started here in Operation Dawi Thunder. Ardek, thanks for being here tonight. He says, just finished part 1 about 30 seconds before this stream. Good to be here. Well, I'm glad you could join us. Trantor, Nikki, good to see you. Thank you all for being channel members. Jacob, thanks for being here. Charles, Ryan, Kire, OT, drink tea with some honey. I have been eating a lot of honey with apples. I don't drink tea really because I don't know, I just can't do tea. But I have been trying to get a lot of honey in. It does seem to help. I've also been making a lot of my own egg drop soup. So like I just get chicken broth, bring it to a boil. I'll put some green onion in it, and then I'll just drip egg into it and let the egg cook. And that has also been really kind to me over the last few days while I was sick. Protocol, thanks for being here. Thanks for being such a big supporter. It's great to have you here tonight, too. But yeah, anyway, let's start slaying some enemies of the Dawi. We don't want to keep people waiting. They came here to see the enemies of the Dawi be slain, and if that's not why you came here, then, well, you probably came to the wrong stream, if we're being honest. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to kill a whole heck of a lot of enemies of the Dawi. We do need to end our turn. I'm trying to get another army set up, because the von Karsteins just unleashed their hordes of undead against us. And undead make particularly good targets for our guns, so I'm rather looking for... Oh my gosh, speaking of targets... holy crap, man. These guys brought the bloody house here. Is this army movable? I want to go check something real quick. I mean, if we have to fight that, we'll fight it, and we may fight it and lose. Hopefully we wouldn't lose Castle Drakenhof as well, but you never know. But I want to go see if this is something where I could just move away from that and not have to start this out with some kind of insane corner camping fight against 17 Vargulfs. But we'll see. So apparently the vampires have access to Vargulfs, and plenty of them. And Vargulfs are actually a little bit of a fluffy nightmare for the dwarves. They're actually a really good unit against the dwarves because they heal and they're armor piercing, and they're just a pain in the butt. If you have enough guns, you can slow them down, but whenever they have like 7, 8, 9, 10 of them like that, And holy cow, boy, you're gonna know about it.
Armed and ready.
Yeah, we cannot move that army.
Begin.
And we've got
Thou art unfit to govern me.
we got Daddy Vlad right here too. Let me think.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
What if? Oh no, we can't move that army.
Master of Runecraft.
This army can move. It's gonna leave Castle Drakenhof open to attack from Vlad, but I mean, we do have some garrison there.
Will not.
The trick here, though, is that if I move this army north and try and reinforce what I've got in Eschen, they could bring one army and siege my settlement, and then the other one would be able to attack my smaller army alone. So I kind of think what we're gonna have to do. I don't really like doing this, having to put that off. But let's. Oh, this army can move. It can move. It was just recruiting. Okay, fantastic. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull this army out of the castle. It'll be at a little bit of risk, but we can now move this army back to the castle. Just Eschen and Waldenhof are going to have to just kind of hold off until I can get healed and ready to push back out. So yeah, this will definitely be the smarter move because we're going to be near invincible while we're sitting down here. And knowing that we're going to be up against that many Vargulfs, we probably want to start tanking up on Mountaineers.
My anger burns bright.
Could be a lot of Vargulfs, folks. In fact, yeah, I'm just gonna pump some more Slayers. Can't do Regiments of Renown right now. Let's do this and see what happens on this turn in, but if we give up that stuff, I'm not terribly concerned about it. It's just not very valuable at the moment, and like I said, I just don't want to have to fight like a 20-30 minute tedious battle and then spend the whole rest of the episode rebuilding that army. Like, I want to make some progress, so some people might be like, "Yeah, that's save scumming." It is save scumming, but you all came here to be entertained, and if you're entertained by tedium, then you came to the wrong channel, because I don't like too much tedium here. So we're going to... Hang on, wait a minute. Look at von Karstein's army there. Dude's weak. Is that really winnable? Still have to bring down like multi... again, I don't want to mess with the tedium of that. It may be winnable right there. No, they didn't add more unit, Andreas. I'm using a mod called Dawi Thunder. It's made by Snek. You can find the link up in the description of this video. So go into the video description. You can find the link to the Dawi Thunder mod. Looks like they just sacked the settlement and left anyway, so the von Karsteins just came and wasted my time there. They didn't accomplish anything. They didn't accomplish anything.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Let's check the garrison here. It is at full strength. And the vampires are not going to be great against a heavily armored dwarf garrison. Hey, Dementia, thanks for the 5. He says, why is the greenskin AI terrible? Because it's were bad. I like that you zinged Wurzag and the greenskins, and that is very appropriate in a Dawi campaign video. So I appreciate you slinging shade at the greenskins on behalf of all of us. So thank you very much.
Summon me if you dare.
Thanks, Dementia. Appreciate the support. I may have to talk less on this one, folks. Apologies, but I'm probably going to talk as little as possible here so that I don't throw my voice out, because I can feel it getting there. So yeah, if I'm a little bit quiet at times, that's why. If people are asking about it when they jump into the chat, let me know. I'll try and be a little selective about when to talk.
The axe thirsts for war. I am the White Dwarf.
I'm gonna end one more turn right there with Grombrindal.
There's no bother. I'll do it.
And technology.
Let's go, lads! To war!
Fuzzy Wuzzy, thanks for the 5. He says, what do you call a tree that barks at a dog? A dogwood. What do you call a dog that barks at a tree? A blind dog. Well said, sir. Thanks for the 5. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Fuzzy Wuzzy. It's good to have you here tonight, and the lame jokes are always appreciated. Always appreciated. Speed for ranger units, miners. Siege holdout time. Are the guild's commandment additional 15 growth? This relationship thing could be good to make sure we don't end up at war with factions we don't need to be at war with. And we've got the recruiting going. I'm not going to spend any money at Estion because we know what's about to happen there. It looks like we're about to have a vampire rebellion at Cragmere. That's fine, we'll deal with it. We shall deal with it. Okay, they move forward to Eshin, and that's with that army here that's got 7 Vargulfs and 3 Vargeist and a Bats. This is going to be a nightmare army for missile units. Warner says I should really consider actually finishing a Dawi campaign, finish an Empire campaign, and a High Elves campaign, and a Wood Elves one too. Yeah, I've finished most of them at this point. There's definitely some that I still have not done, but I have finished most of them. Alright, the vampires are swarming in huge numbers. They've sieged Castle Tempelhof.
Never.
A whole bunch of vampire rebels there as well. Our Tempelhof garrison, let's decline that attack for now. Let's start moving with our 2 armies here. So we're going to have to get on the move. We could go after the von Karsteins first. They've got another army coming in right behind that one. I kind of want to hit Manfred first.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
So I'm going to strike out at Manfred. I'm going to encircle him.
By the Gamma's Kron.
Now I'm going to bring up the second army, and we're going to need to kill the vampires in an extremely efficient manner, making good use of our mountaineers. Now I'm going to attack, and now we should be able to gain a very good victory. It says casualties will be low. We could auto-resolve this one, but let's not. Let's see. Master Rune. I'm just going to put this on the Dwarf Warriors here. Bonus versus large. I want on the Slayers. Large bonus. Bonus versus large. I'm going to take that bonus versus large. Put it on a Slayer. Attack +8. Let's actually go ahead and throw that on a Slayer too. Okay. Here it is. Alright, so Dawi Trooper Wheeler is ready to fight this one, so let's go in and do it. Let's get this done. This army is named after Clone Trooper Wheeler. Speak of Clone Trooper Wheeler, and he shall appear. There he is. Wow, that was some nutty timing. Clone Trooper Wheeler. Thanks for the 2,000 yen. He says, it is I. Indeed it is you, and it is you in the game. So Clone Trooper Wheeler is going to get this one started by his clone Dawi mowing down an army of undeads. This one should be good. We've got a considerable number of missile units. Someone's asking if it's lagging. Let me take a look. I don't know. I dropped a few packets maybe a minute or two ago, but shouldn't be lagging anymore. If it is lagging for you, you may want to refresh. But should be working fine. Everything looks good on my end. If you all are seeing something different, feel free to let me know. It's a nice hill here to fight from as well. We want to put our more heavily armored troops here in the middle. Then I'm going to make I'll start off with some mountaineers up front. I'm going to make a second line of warlords with great weapons. Spread out some runesmithing. I want a line of slayers behind my missiles, because I expect that the vampires are going to be doing some suicidal tactics here. Thanks for joining tonight, Ryan. Appreciate you being here. Lone Trooper, how's life going? Getting enough time off at work, or is it just all the time on? Hope things are going good for you. You've been trying out the new Minecraft update too? You had the server? I've been playing the new Minecraft update quite a bit with my boys. They're having a lot of fun with it. In fact, I've taught my older boy how to play Minecraft by himself, and he is pretty proud of himself. Like, so he sits there on creative mode, just kind of goes and goes. I'm gonna slow this down for just a second because we got a lot going on. Some more troops. Come over here. Scolder Guard. Mountaineers. Just go ahead and pull up. Okay. Alright, Jacob says he thinks maybe it was on his end, the lag. Big Papa War Machine, thanks for the 5. Appreciate you donating. Thanks for being here tonight. Hope you all are ready for some Dawi action. This is going to be a big fight here. We need to win it in a big way, too. And, like I said, I'm going to keep my Slayers in a good position to protect my missile line. Because our missile line is going to be what slaughters all these Vargals. Okay, here it comes. This was the suicidal tendencies that I was talking about. Over here. Alright, I'm gonna get all my mountaineers and we're gonna start focusing some targets. Right here, we've got Manfred who just wheeled up here. And then Clone Trooper says if my leave goes through, I'll have 14 days off, and I have a new modded server I play with Chris, and perhaps you could join. There's a lot besides. I'm good. How are you, my dude? I'm good. Thanks for the 1,000 yen. Appreciate you. You are too kind, Clone Trooper. Well, I'm glad you got some leave coming up, and yeah, the new update's pretty cool. Like, I like all the extra world height and stuff they added. Makes for a lot of fun, like scenery and stuff like that. Just obviously a lot more creative environments that get spawned by the world generator and stuff too. So I feel like it's really neat what they did. It's crazy how Minecraft has been around for so long, and yet continues to be somewhat new and fresh, despite all that. I'm going to target Manfred. He's about to go up in the air. Should be an easy target for my Mountaineers, and they ought to be able to down him if they can get a good volley or two off here. Oh, now he's back down on the ground. He's still absorbing a lot of fire, so I think Manfred's about to go. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Let's bring in some more Slayers. Alright, Manfred is down. That is going to hurt the vampire leadership a lot. Kill the leadership, the army goes with it, and now we're going to get ourselves a big victory over Manfred's rather large army. Yeah, glad to hear it, Clone Trooper. Yeah, life is good for me. Like I said, just coming off of being sick, but if that's the worst thing that happens to me, then I'm fine. I am fine. So things are going well. Nothing to complain about. I've actually been feeling pretty good recently. I've been, my family has a history of high blood pressure, and so I figured I should actually be fairly serious, you know, since I'm not 20 years old anymore, obviously. So I started exercising a bunch and eating better food most of the time, right? I haven't like sworn off all the good food permanently, but you know, it's like maybe twice a week, right? So I ate good almost all the time, and while it's not very fun to have to swear off all the yum stuff that I typically eat, like I've already lost like almost 10 pounds. I feel great, like I've had more energy, like it's been really nice. Like, so I'm actually like, I got sick right after that happened. It was unfortunate because it's like, man, I feel great, this is going good. Then I got sick, and it's almost like my stomach was trying to punish me for depriving it of the good food and paying attention to my health instead of paying attention to what my stomach wants. But in any case, pretty excited. Want to, you know, just do the right thing for myself, right? You only live once, so you might as well take care of yourself. Is all I'm saying. So yeah, it's good. But life is good.
Iron-willed.
My favorite foods, man. I like so many different foods. But if I'm cooking stuff at home, obviously I like smoking like chicken or other stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's like smoked stuff, like barbecue stuff is really good. You know, if I was having to go out and like pick a favorite meal, like crab legs are probably one of my favorite things. Like if I was going to get to go out and just get myself something special, really like crab legs a lot. But I mean, there's a lot of food that I like. I mean, I'm a big time food person. But like I said, I guess kind of the exciting thing for me is that, you know, most of the time I'm just trying to eat better, which is fine. That's all I need, right? I don't have to be perfect as it is with most things, right? I just need to do well most of the time. And then it makes it that much more fun whenever that day comes, and it's that day of the week where it's like, all right, dang, now we're going to go eat something good, and it's going to be totally worth it because I worked hard all week, and now I get to enjoy it without having to worry about breaking my commitments to myself in terms of being healthy. So I'm pretty excited about it, like, because eating healthy is not something that comes naturally to me at all. Basically, my natural state is to stuff anything and everything I see in my mouth and eat it. And it's been that way ever since I was young. Starman92, thanks for the 20, says, glad you're feeling better. Glad to see you on stream. Well, thank you. Thank you, Starman. Extremely kind. You are all way too gracious. I'll make sure and get you all some good action here tonight, too, as a thank you for everybody being so supportive. Do appreciate it. Yeah, anyway, it's been a good week, I think, overall. Like I said, despite being sick, some good progress that I was proud of. And, yeah, so, and my blood pressure was already lower. So, that is exciting. Makes you feel good. No, I'm not about to stroke out, by the way, either. Like, if anybody's worried about me, no, I was not at, like, heart attack level or stroke level, like, blood pressure or something. I'm just not a young kid anymore. You actually have to start paying attention to these things. And mine was just higher than it should have been, and now is the time to do something about it, instead of, you know, 15 or 20 years from now when it's too late and I've treated myself terribly. Yeah, no, I'm not in bad shape in terms of health. Like, I'm not about to kick the bucket or, you know, have to get resurrected from the dead by Manfred or something like that. You know, everything's good. I'm not about to be a part of a vampire army. All right, so... New units, yep, we're going to get new units, Lucas. I've been using the Mountaineers, so that's a great question that he brings up talking about the new units. So a lot of them are going to come from this chain here. We've got to get up to the Foundry. And then there's a few more that come from like the engineering thing too. So it really means we have to get up to tier 5 settlements, which means we need a lot of growth. So for those people who are just wanting to see like all the new units, it's going to take time. I'm getting there. Karazakarak is now leveling up to a tier 4. John Joaquim says air is a vampire squig. Confirmed. Yes, my voice probably does sound like a vampire squig tonight. It felt like it might go out again when I first started this, but it's feeling fine again now too. So
I'm here. Don't you fret.
If Valea blesses me, then I'll be able to continue the stream to the end and still be talking. All right, let's see here. Valea Sorrow.
I am the white
Take that off the greenskins. I just want to start depriving
Need me.
greenskins of as much territory as possible. We want to start just ripping away all their territory. Alright. Oh, we got some unit names, looks like. I'll take care of those in just a second. Let's see, Rune of Grimir, what do I want here? Charge bonus doesn't do a ton of good, but throw it on there. Alright, so let's see. Frondo says, can we get some punny army names after some of your favorite foods? Thorgrim's tiramisu thrashers or Grombrindal's gobstoppers. I think we can do that. So, I think the Iron Drakes would be a pretty good gobstopper here, as they're going to be shooting flames into someone's gob. Or how about this? I like tamales. There we go. Grombrindal's hot tamales. So there we go. I got a fun food pun name in there for you, so hopefully that will please you.
Armed and ready.
Right, now, what do we do from here? I think we want to push over,
Do not mistake.
annihilate Rudiger, and then annihilate the von Karstein forces there. This army is suffering attrition, unfortunately. But if I can attack and kill Rudiger, because that's going to be farther than we can move and still make it into... This army kind of just needs to go back to Castle Drakenhof for a turn.
It is time.
Name your most powerful unit, Grudge Deleters.
Vengeful
Probably the Peak Gate Guard. There we go. Grudge Deleters in there. I think we can do this with the single army up here, but it kind of depends on what are in these armies. But I have Castle Tempelhof's garrison to help me. The garrison is in pretty good health. We just need to come up here and get rid of Rudiger first.
by the ancestor gods.
And again, we're going to need to do this very efficiently. Which means don't let that cavalry onto my flanks. I'm going to quick save this and see how low is. Not bad. It's tolerable. That way we don't have to waste our time killing Rudiger, and we will go ahead and attack
What do you want?
Isabella. She'll get to pull her reinforcements in, but then I get to pull my reinforcements in. And at that point, I'm pretty sure we have them outperformed. Lad is right behind them, though. It's predicting a valiant defeat. I just don't think so.
Let's go, lads! Two more!
Dementia says, honestly, shocked I'm still alive. Thanks for the 5, Dementia. Well, I'm glad you're still alive. I do have some, like, you know, exercise for me has been one of my problems. I do like mountain biking a lot. I don't get to ride a ton, but I do go riding, and that's probably my favorite way to get exercise. Running is just boring, and I stink at it. But running is like the quickest, easiest way to get exercise, but I'm just so bad at it, and it's so boring. Very difficult for me to get into it. What I do every day, though, is like whenever it's lunchtime, we have a dog. He's a mix of beagle and trained coonhound, and so he loves to walk. He'll walk for as long as you'll walk him, and so I take him for like a 4-mile walk every day at lunchtime, and so I get like kind of a good base exercise there. And then some days Mrs. Air will take him to the dog park or something like that, and so when he's had his exercise, then it's like my heavier day, and that's when I'll go for like a pretty thorough mountain bike ride or something like that to get me some more like hefty exercise than just walking. But having the dog has definitely been a benefit in the sense that I have to exercise him, and it's good because then I get exercised. I end up getting the benefit of that. Plus, you know, it's just fun to have a dog. I was never all that big on dogs, honestly. And my youngest boy wanted a dog really bad. And so we did it for him, and I'm really glad we did because it has been a lot of fun. I was always more of a cat person, but it has really grown on me, like a lot. Dog has grown on me a lot. Air's channeling his inner dwarf with the hatred of running, as Gimli said. We're natural sprint, or we're wasted on cross country, very deadly across short distances. Yeah, I have just always been, like, even when I could run for a long distance, I was slow. And that was way back in high school, and it has been a long time since Air was in high school, so, yeah, very long time indeed. But yeah, it's just slow mostly. That was one of the things I was always worried about if I did end up joining the military was would I even pass the PT test because I was so slow. It was very concerning to me and whether or not I would pass. Pull back a little. Took a little bit of a magic missile shot there. Gotta watch our flanks. There's gonna be a fair bit of cavalry moving in. Keep plenty of troops in reserve. Start focusing down that Vargulf. I left a bunch of units in reserve just for such a reason. Vargulf's gonna get deleted. Turn these Slayers. Yep, Vargulf's gone. I'm gonna focus down Isabella von Karstein. Kind of pull these guns back a little bit. Hopefully get them back in a better firing position. Isabella ought to be very vulnerable to heavy crossbow fire. Alright, we took out those knights. Alright, so it's all about keeping strategic reserves against the vampires.
To attack!
Trade some Slayers in there because they don't want to be fighting that.
For the ancestor gods!
There we go.
Ready to aim! Move now! Move! Kazuk!
Alright, I've got Slayers all over their Vampire Death, so the leadership for the vampires is going to be in rough shape. Isabella is really hurt. She managed to live, but that's not going to continue for much longer. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. There's going to be some coughing tonight, folks. There will be very little that I can do to stop that. Oh, that's Daddy. That is Vladdy Daddy. I'm going to turn all my crossbows on Vladdy Daddy. If we can kill Vlad, the rest of this army should fall apart pretty quick, because there's just the one Necromancer still back in the back. See here the firepower, like, keep your guns a little bit further back where they can pick at large targets. The Mountaineers have the ability to fire in a 360-degree arc, which makes them rather flexible. Excuse me. Alright. I may sound like death, folks, but I'm not on the vampires team, I promise. I'm on Team Beard all the way tonight. Alright, so shredded that. I'm gonna go after these. Graveguard with great weapons. Slow them down real bad. Let's get our other... Alright, we've got some corpse guards coming up. And the vampires are going to crumble in the face of our mighty Dawi. Firepower. Mountaineers are kind of really nice unit because of the way that they fire in that 360-degree arc, anti-large. They are very effective against a lot of these vampire armies. So that crushed Vlad and Isabella. One smooth stroke there. Plus, so that's 3 vampire stacks we took out on that turn. And then we took out Manfred on the turn before, so we just took out 4 vampire stacks in the course of 2 turns, so not bad. I don't know if that clears any official grudges from the book, but it will certainly make those wishing to see vampire grudges removed happy there. So let's take the extra growth and stuff while we're here. Since the settlement was under siege. That whole the dead shall rise again crap comes up here and saves some of their troops.
This is impudence.
Unfortunately.
This is impudence.
No, take your impudence and shove it. Alright, I'm gonna tear down this dwarf beer thing and put some growth in there instead. Build that back later. We need replenishment. Replenishment's slow in this province. What's the Anvil of Doom do again? So it's gonna take our attack and damage and anti-infantry bonus away, which I don't really like. We lose armor too. But it adds that ability that I can't pin over there. It's like that magic one. Can someone remind me what the Anvil of Doom does? And whether or not it's going to be worth it at the moment? I'm going to go ahead and go with Immortality for now, because I don't want to lose that Lord. Alright, some water.
Time for a reckoning.
Alright, Dementia the Vampire Slayer has a nice healthy contingent of Mountaineers here. And they are going to be combined with Ulthar's Raider. We really need some good backbone infantry in this army. We have the Grumbling Guard and the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. The Ekram Miners are kind of subpar, like they're not going to be great. We probably use one more Slayer fighting the vampires. And I definitely want... Honestly, Iron Drake could be good at melting Vargulfs too. We've got the Skolder Guard though, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. And... Longbeards are probably the best bet. They're going to take a while to recruit. Let's do something like that. Because Longbeards have... they're immune to psychology. So that should be really handy. This particular fight.
How can I help?
Let's see here. Rib Peaks has grown. Let's put in a Trinket Maker, improve the defense. The growth. Back here in the Badlands, get some growth. End our turn. Yes, we do need some artillery. Dwarf cannons would be good against the vampires. I cannot field dwarf cannons just yet from Sylvania, though. I think I can recruit them back in Silver Road, but I don't think I can recruit them from Sylvania at the moment. Looks like there's 2 more stacks from Manfred's faction there. The sooner we can finish Dermentia's army, the better. We're gonna stick with Grimnir's Strength. I really like Grimnir's Strength. I think it's kind of the best of those abilities. That's just my opinion, though. Other people may have other preferences.
I'm leaving.
At the Skaven, or at Karak 8 Peaks, I'm not surprised. Weak Head Taker. He's all the way up at Strength rank 4, too, which means he's got a bunch of trash stacks. But it's going to give us this one on an auto-resolve, and then I don't have to fight Skaven. Amazingly, they don't have Warp Lightning in their garrison. That is just almost unreal. Let's get Karak 8 Peaks, tear that down, because we don't need that there.
I'm here now.
Growth started. Finish the Relentless. Okay. So we have retaken Karak 8 Peaks. I need that wine so I can get the old guards tankered. And we need pottery for the Iron Wardens tankard. That Master Rune of Groth could be a good one for Grombrindal's army. Bombardment that ignores armor? Goes on an artillery unit, though. That's kind of an interesting one. We'll definitely want that. I'm going to save some of this. Let's go see if we need any equipment right now. First of all, we got a lot of vampires to kill.
Ready.
There be vampires to kill, but between the garrison of Castle Tempelhof...
No.
See, they've already rebuilt an army there. We've got to finish building this army. That's really all there is to it. Like, Castle Drakenhof is going to have a proper army.
For the wisdom of Valea.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 10 infantry should be enough to protect skirmishers. I do have access to dwarf cannons. I was wrong. I want a couple of those. And let's grab one more mountaineer to finish that army off. We can get that army up and running. And Castle Tempelhof. Need some growth here. Replenishment is still slow. These vampire lands, unfortunately. Very low. Alright, well we've got a lot of von Karsteins to fight. Helman Gorst is here, Dieter von Karstein. Got some other idiot von Karstein over here.
I veto this.
Conradine von Falkenstein. Sorry, not a von Karstein. That's just a discount von Karstein that we see over there. It's in this one. Grab me some water here.
Greetings, honorable ally.
Holy moly. Sweet merciful Valea. John Captor with the 50. John, that is so extremely gracious. Thank you so much. Just love the content. Keep up the awesome work. Well, thank you, John. You are far too kind. I very much appreciate you. That was extremely generous. Thank you so much, John. How long have you been watching the channel? Glad to hear you like it. I have a lot of fun making it. Just as in, like, right now, I'm having a lot of fun playing this, so... Holy cow, thank you, John. That is very kind of you. In fact, let's do something for John here. I mean, we are going to need another lord at some point, so let's just go ahead and recruit one in. I've done a lot of rune lords. I'll go with one of the standard ones here for once.
Time for a reckoning.
Place it over here. Alright, he's the grudge settler. Settler. However we spell that. There's not much in the spelling. He says, since the early days of Rome Total War. Well, thanks, John. Appreciate all the years of support.
Onward.
It is truly fantastic to have you here. I very much appreciate you.
My anger burns bright.
I mean, these guys can try and fight this in a siege if they want. They're gonna lose. And they're gonna lose soundly, so... in fact, I'm gonna wait until these cannons are ready, and then I'm just gonna attack them on the next turn. Should be fine to wait on that siege at Templehof. So yeah, I'll get an army in here for you, John. Make you part of the campaign. And speaking of Rome Total War, since you mentioned it, and thank you for watching all the time, Rome Remastered just got another patch,
You'll be joking.
and apparently it adds like a ton of modding tools. Basically make it like the most moddable Total War game that we've ever seen. So it's pretty exciting stuff. So apparently people are going to be able to do insane modding on Rome Total War Remastered. So we should expect to see some really, really good stuff coming over the next short while.
You know who I am.
That made me think of that when you mentioned that
The dwarf
at Rome Total War since you've been here, so I'm definitely gonna have to check out Rome Remastered, especially as people start to crank out some insane mods, because that's one of those things that game was always popular for. Rome Total War, it had a ton of mods, and so did Medieval 2.
Onward.
Medieval 2 probably even more so. Alright, Cragmere. Probably a waste of time, but thanks again, John. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. These Dawi campaigns are the real deal now. Like, after they upgraded the greenskins with a proper WA, I'll tell you what, man, Dawi campaigns got real. They got real crazy. Yeah, look at that. Vlad's like, oh, you spent your money on Cragmere. Look, here I am. AI loves that. Go after those unguarded settlements. But yeah, I mean, Dawi campaign have gotten real big, like in terms of battles and stuff like that. They're actually really fun. Like, so if you're into like a real intense campaign, a ton of battles, I think Dawi are excellent. I think that the Dark Elves are also excellent, like especially Marathi. Marathi's got a really fun campaign too.
If you dare.
Right, who's ready to re-die, vampire scum?
Clan.
Alright, so we got Dawi Trooper Wheeler and Dermentia the Vampire Slayer and an AI garrison. I'm gonna put the garrison under AI control. I'll control the others. So let's do that. So we gotta fight Helmengorst, Vilmos, and Eugene here. It says we're gonna suffer medium casualties. I think not. I think our casualties will be quite few. and theirs will be complete. Holy cow, man, you guys are pouring the graciousness all over me. I don't know what I did to deserve any of this, but Dementia, thanks for the 10. He says, are you going to be playing any of Infinite's campaign? Yes. I am very excited for Halo Infinite's campaign. I've been a little bit annoyed about some of the stuff in its multiplayer, though overall, the multiplayer in Halo Infinite is quite fun. So, like, I complain about many facets right now in the Halo Infinite multiplayer, but it doesn't mean it's not fun. It is fun. Like, so the multiplayer is fun, but I'm excited for the campaign because it hopefully won't suffer from the free-to-play crap, because the campaign is not free-to-play. You have to pay for it. So I'm very much looking forward to the campaign coming out tomorrow, and I will definitely be playing it. And I'll probably make a couple of videos out of it. I know Halo videos never do great on my channel, and that's fine. People don't come to my channel to watch Halo, so there will be no book of grudges against people for not watching a Halo video on my channel. But I like it, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to record some of it. So, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I like the idea that it's going to have some open world elements. I love open world in the sense that, like, Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it's like my favorite game of all time, probably. And it had that sweet open world, do it the way you want to style campaign. And even if Halo just takes some of that element and does it properly, it is going to be absolutely awesome in terms of campaign. And so I am very excited about it.
Rage far, rage fast. Move, down. Yes. On the way.
Okay, I'm trying to get set up here. My allies are going to come on under AI. So basically what this did, too, is to make sure that I can field almost 60 units at once, because I gave the AI control of one of the stacks, and then I took control of 2 of the stacks. So basically I'm going to be able to have an absolute crap ton of units on the field all at the same time.
Dawi, missiles.
Francesca says, I'll watch Halo. Used to play Halo 3 and ODST. Yeah, this campaign's actually going to be kind of reminiscent in some ways of the ODST campaign, because the ODST campaign was kind of the first time that Halo kind of toyed with open world elements. Granted, it wasn't like the biggest map or anything, but ODST definitely tinkered with open world, kind of opened the door. And I'm assuming we'll see some similar type stuff. Oh my gosh, our Mountaineers are absolutely owning Crypt Horrors, and it is fantastic. I am here for it. We are slaying Crypt Horrors in a tremendous fashion, and like I said, I am here for it. Oh, my Scolder Guard. Oh yeah, these vampires are getting absolutely crapped on right now. This is great.
Strike out. Go. Yes. Move. Thunderous. Targets, Lord.
Gorst is going to be too small of a target for me to really pick off. But I'll bring my Dawi Lord over.
Dwarven legs. Hey, nothing can stop us. Iron Will. Cut their heads.
Here we go.
Thunderous. Attack
I go for that Strigoi Lord.
Hey. Lord of Clan Morgrim. It is a reckoning.
He got too close. Just target the other corpse cart. Oh!
Slayers.
Meant to keep an eye on those guys.
Kill Ox. Yes. Yes.
Alright, we just massacred that corpse cart.
Attack. Attack.
Alright, that Vargulf should die very, very quickly. Our cannons are still going. I'm going to target the Blood Knights. Alright, we slaughtered that cavalry. Oh yeah, good stuff. This Strigoi Lord is getting wrecked. I just saw a whole bunch of Blood Knights drop to the cannon fire.
Move now! Let's start shooting! Wanderers!
We got a bit of a breakthrough over here.
Strike out! Bring the axe! Nothing can stop us!
Alright, well, this is going well. We are killing vampires with a vengeance. How's that corpse cart still alive? Please explain. My line of sight to it is blocked. There it goes. I wonder if we can get any shots on these. Oh, it's farther off. Ooh, yes we did. Every unit, or like every model in that unit got knocked down. Didn't do a ton of damage because it's actually AP damage that they specialize in. Let's bring our Scolder Guard out and get some side shots here. It is doing some damage.
Ready to strike! For the Karazhan Corps! The moons are cast! Targets Lord!
Let's turn the Scolder Guard loose here.
Thunderers!
Alright, so the vampires are almost gone. They've still got reinforcements funneling in back here. But they're about to suffer some major leadership penalties. Get some Scolder Guard action here. Delete some grudges with steam.
Nothing can stop us! Axes out!
I expect we're going to see a full-on crumbling here at any moment. Yep, there it goes. Easy. No problem.
Dawi, attack!
That's the end of that, folks. That's how the vampire crumbles. Nice having Empire gun campaign reminisce. Yeah, definitely not as much guns as that campaign, but good grief, that was a memorable one. Man, that was fun. Warner making the all-gun garrisons, the Gunrisons mod. And man, that was Snek did such a good job with all the different units. That was fun, like just mowing down the Chaos Invasion with all that firepower. It was good times. I have to say, like, fighting the vampires feels like it should in this game, right? There should just be almost endless waves of them, and boy, the AI does that. Like, so it really feels like you're fighting the undead hordes. Because they just don't stop coming. Didn't get to take advantage of those ogre mercenaries, unfortunately.
Time for a reckoning. For clan honor.
Gonna take some vampiric attrition here, unfortunately.
The axe thirsts for war.
Alright, but good news is some more big victories for us. That would be good. Immune to psychology, especially against the vampires. Some of our units don't have an issue with it, but others will. Lucas says, I've been playing a crap ton of Breath of the Wild. God dang, that game is as fun as heck. Yeah, it is good. Like, Breath of the Wild is a masterpiece of a game. Like, it is just, I mean, the Zelda games were already extremely good, and I liked all of them. But, I mean, I can't even hardly play, I mean, like, I love the other Zelda games, so they have a special place in my heart, right? Because I liked them all, but I can't hardly even play them anymore because Breath of the Wild was just so good. Like, adding that open world element, exploring, playing the way you wanted to, multiple ways to solve puzzles. If you have high skill, you can just leave the tutorial area and go straight and fight the final boss. It's gonna be really difficult, and I mean, you really will have to have a lot of skill, but like, it adds that element for the people who are trying to play that way. It has a master mode where all the enemies get upgraded and, you know, heal if you don't kill them fast enough. Like, so if you beat it the first time on regular, like, you can go back and play it again. There's 120 little mini dungeons called shrines, and there's like 4 major areas for the story plus the castle at the end. And then on top of that, you've got the huge map, which is just, I mean, many kilometers in every direction of being able to run around in. Ability to ride horses, interact with the environment, day-night cycle, like collectibles from every enemy, food, trading system. Like, it's really, the game is spectacular. Like, it is just really spectacular. Excellent game. So, I mean, if you have a Nintendo Switch and you don't have that game, then you are missing out. What game do you plan to add to the channel? You know, obviously we'll be playing Warhammer 3 soon. I've thought about adding a lot of stuff, but it really just depends on time. Really, for me, I'm limited on how much time I can record. And you know, this channel was built on Total War, and so I try and keep the content focused on Total War. Mostly because I feel like it's kind of betraying the people who come here if it's not at least a good portion of what I do, right? Because that's what the channel was built on. That said, I enjoy lots of different games. There's plenty of different types of games that I enjoy. I want the money from those. I don't want to tear them down, even though I would rather have some growth right now. But, I mean, there's a lot of different games I enjoy. But I don't get to play a ton. I would certainly, you know, like to play through Halo on the channel. I don't know if I will or not. Probably will. But, you know, and then as co-op comes out and stuff, I'd like to do that with some of the folks. As far as other stuff coming up this year, I don't know everything else that's coming up this year, but we'll probably be really focused heavily on Warhammer 3 when it comes out. Like, I'm going to really swing hard into that. And for those of you who are more into, like, historical games, I'm going to keep at least one historical campaign going at all times. So, yeah. There'll be a variety, regardless. There'll be a variety. There's other strategy games that I enjoy, like Age of Empires 3 and Age of Empires 4. Halo Wars 2 is a lot of fun. I've thought about playing that again on the channel.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I like. One of my favorite games that I've played this year is Metroid Dread. I thought about doing a playthrough of that on the channel, just because it's also extremely fun. It's totally out of genre, you know, like a 2D action shooter game. Nothing like I've ever done on the channel before, but oh my gosh, it's such a good game. I think I've beaten it like 5 or 6 times, and I can't wait to do it again. Alright, well, Dementia is going to get attacked while he's on the way home. It says we're going to be defeated. But I don't know where they're getting that idea. I think we can win. So let's see if we can win this. Yeah, Halo Wars 2 was a ton of fun. I think it's a very underappreciated strategy game. It's very fast-paced, and it has a lot of like leader abilities and stuff like that that, you know, make it a little different. In some strategy games like Age of Empires, like you can't just call down big attacks from the sky. In Age of Empires, for instance, you can do that type of thing in Halo Wars, so it makes it a lot more fast-paced, and that may be different for some people, but I thoroughly enjoy it.
Slayers! The clans unite! Satisfy the grudge!
Look at the terrain here. This terrain would actually be the most advantageous for my guns. Kind of. Actually, this right here would work too. My guns across here.
Vengeance! This grudge must be satisfied! Slayers!
Units here.
Cannon! They have wronged us! Barracks ready! Bring them down!
So the Ulthar's Raiders use this ability to 150 meters. I'm going to use that to try and support. Alright, we haven't forgotten any units. It's on defensive. Alright, let's start the battle. Alright, we gotta win.
The clans unite!
Fortunately for us, we have cannons, and it's gonna draw them in to attack me whether they like it or not.
Cannon!
I'm gonna leave Gorst out of it and just use my cannons to focus out their forces and Cryptors. Manfred is flying. That's actually good news. We'll save our Ulthar's Raider ability for him. Just used his Master of the Black Arts there to suck up some more. Alright, these cannons are going to be handy because they're already killing. The voice is still a little bit strained, Nick, but despite it sounding kind of bad, like it's not hurting me to be streaming or anything right now. I want to use this ability on Manfred. Now everybody target him. What the heck? Whoa, no. They're trying to cheat me here. How come I can't click? My guys got put into a melee mode somehow. They're cheating me out of shots on Manfred. It's ticking me off. Alright, slow down here. Manfred's gonna suicide in. Hopefully I can get a volley off. He's very weak to missiles right now. But my guys just fired all their volleys. He just absorbed a little bit. Yeah, he absorbed some there. But he heals really quickly as well. But the more guys I can get to fire, the better, because he's extremely weak to missiles right now. We want to get him back up in the air. I'm going to go ahead and fall back to my hill position. Let Manfred face the Dragonback Slayers. We hurt him bad. Like, Manfred's healing cap is already popping up here. He's had to use regenerating flesh, and he's using all kinds of abilities to try and stay alive. Like, he got savaged on that opening salvo. I'm going to let the Vargulf continue to be targeted. Alright, let's hit play. Out of there. Alright, Manfred ran off. That's fine. Let's let him run. Oh yeah, Manfred's hurt. He be hurt. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Shoot. Alright, Manfred's out. Manfred's taking a dirt nap. Alright, Vargolf is gonna be out. Alright, so Vargolf's out. Well, those Black Knights are moving to my flank hard. I would have liked to have targeted them, but it's a bit late for that. I need to get rid of Helman Gorst, and this Strigoi Lord is going to be tough. I'm going to try and target Gorst first. I'm going to throw some extra Slayers up here against the Strigoi because he doesn't have much armor. I feel like that could be our advantage. Let's see if we can put some shots on that vampire. Yes, we can. Hurt them badly. Oh man, my lord is getting owned by the Strigoi. Get out, get out, get out. We don't want to lose Dementia. I tried to attack Gorst, but we kind of ended up on this. Alright, there, I'm back after Gorst again with Dementia. Let's not do fire at will. I'll pick your targets. Oh, no, no, no. He's loose. He's loose. Get him. Get the Strigoi. He got out of the fight. That was a mistake. Alright, Stragoy's going down. So he's going to get owned. And as we continue to chew up the leadership here... Alright, Stragoy's out. And we got rid of Gorst. So the vampires are going to be suffering badly now from a leadership standpoint. We have a big hole in our front line, though. Got some Graveguard through. Let's go plug that hole. Some Slayers back here. I don't have a good angle on those Knights, unfortunately. I'm going to target them anyway, and if we get an angle, they'll take it. It's these numbers of Graveguard and stuff back here that are probably what's got the balance tipped against us, but if we can kill their leadership, we can get the Skulder Guard after those expensive infantry. Oh yeah, we just shredded one of those Knights. Excellent. Let's get the other one. Okay, this is good stuff, good stuff. Shredded the Knights. Graveguard still pestering us over here. Alright, they've got some... They've got some Vargolfs coming up, but I'm going to instead target the Graveguard with great weapons. And because I'm pretty certain I can take those Vargolf out in a big hurry. Blasted those zombies out. Okay, as soon as those Vargolfs get in range... Oh man, yeah, we did some great cannon damage to those Graveguard great weapons. Alright, which Vargolf's gonna be first? Let's go this one. And he's almost in range of our ability. swap to this one. Right, he's now going to be weak to missiles. And getting hit by anti-large fire. Oh man, yeah, look at him. He is just getting absolutely drained. Marked by Ulthar is really, really good. You just pick a key target and watch it disappear. Need one more volley. One more volley. Got it. Took a Vargulf completely out.
Nothing can stop us.
I got some Slayers to come fill in the gap. Let's get these units back just a little. I need my Lord out of here too. Back to a safe distance. Alright, the Graveguard with great weapons took massive damage. I think once we drop this Vargulf, we should be able to start taking care of enemy leadership. Excellent. I'm just going to leave my guys up here on the hill and let them fire at will.
Fire at will! Artillery ready! Down! Yes! Slayers! To the high king!
There's Slayers in there.
Shield bearers! Ho!
I don't really know what the... Yeah, there it goes. Okay. I was like, I don't really know what's holding together the Vampire's leadership, but it shouldn't be there for long. And that was about the same moment it started crumbling. So Dementia is indeed the Vampire Slayer. He just fought a very important battle and won it. And cost Sylvania many, many units at the same time. Those Mountaineers are pretty well suited against vampires. They're great at cavalry, great at corpse carts, good at flyers, good at Vargulfs, Cryptors. Like, they are very good at a number of different targets. And their 360-degree arc of fire is very, very nice. They don't have to reposition as much. Did lose a Longbeard with great weapon. That is a small price to pay for that victory. You gotta be kidding me. How many stacks? Gosh, dang, man. A whole other stack of these idiots. Yikes. Let's fight this battle too. We just killed these two, like, a couple of turns earlier. Well, kind of need to corner camp. But the hill might be better just to give our guns a good firing position. Crap, the vampire's deployed behind me. No, this is definitely going to be the best position to fight from, right here. Yeah. One of the armies is coming from behind me, so we don't really have a choice. I'm going to have to corner camp this one if we want to have any chance at winning it. I do not want to lose this army. I'm not ready to yet. They have fought too long and hard.
Yes! Thunderers! For the ancestors!
Way up in here.
Slayers! Longbeards!
We'll have our standard infantry to kind of break the charge.
Slayers!
Second line of unbreakable slayers.
Charge!
Guns out front to start with. Leader in a safe position. This is still going to be difficult to win here. Without Orlers, it gets really tricky to shoot Vlad and Isabella because they're small and they kind of blend into that fight. So we've got problems. Isabella may be able to be handled because of her low armor, but Vlad is going to be... Or I say low armor, she's not real low armor, but she's just squishier. Vlad is going to be tricky. Vlad is going to be tricky. Ooh, that was some great cannon volleys right there. Basically, the question is, can our infantry hold out long enough, and then can I deal with Vlad and Isabella? I can deal with the large units. Dealing with Vlad and Isabella is going to be difficult. I think I can deal with the large units. Again, assuming my infantry lasts long enough, we may just get worn down by numbers here. Very real possibility. How likely would our cannon be to do damage to Vlad? No, I want to be in front of this line. Oh no! This gap. Just about a rest in pieces moment for me. The cannons are not going to hit Vlad. Actually, I'm going to keep targeting the cryptors because they take a lot of damage. Yeah, that was good.
Cannon! Kill them! Take an aim!
Back up. A lot of cavalry trying to cram through this gap back here. We are doing tremendous damage, but will it be enough? We may have to make a Dementia 2.0. I don't know what's going to happen, folks. Don't you know? Okay, it's just Trickster Shard. Alright. We are killing a lot of their stuff, but can it ever be enough is the question. Can it ever be enough? I just don't see this working. I'm gonna try, folks. I am killing as many vampires as I am capable of killing at the moment. We gotta kill this Vargolf. Dragon back Slayers are getting shredded up over here way worse than they should have. Vargolf. It's not good. I'm running out of units. It's not gonna have the units.
Move to attack.
Trying, folks. I am trying. There are many a vampire. Oh crap, Vlad von Karstein just broke through. Well, you know what, Dementia, if you go down, you're going down in the biggest blaze of glory that the Dawi have ever seen. And then we are going to resurrect you in a new army.
Axes out!
We're not going to be able to win this one. We're going to be able to inflict tremendous casualties, but we have just not quite enough to get this job done.
Ready to strike!
I'm getting a bunch of damage done on Isabella right here. Oh, she just healed it right back off. Man, Isabella's such a pain in the butt. She is such a pain in the butt. I just took off like a huge chunk of her health, and she just healed it back in like 2 seconds.
Ready to strike!
We just didn't have a way to deal with Vlad and Isabella. Probably could have won this if I would have had some Quarrelers too. Because the Quarrelers would have been able to pick them off. Much greater ease. We killed every, basically every significant large target that they brought to the battlefield.
Ready to serve!
We killed their corpse carts, we killed their horrors, we killed their Vargulfs. I mean, we massacred the large units that they brought to the battlefield.
Withdraw!
There we go. I don't think they're going to have a single horror or Vargulf left. Well, that's all she wrote, folks. So frustrating. Like, they just happened to have 3 full stacks within attack range of our army that was in our territory. Sure. Sure. Whatever makes you feel better. Vampire scum. Whatever makes you feel better about yourself. Well, it can't be said that we didn't go down fighting. They took tremendous losses in that battle. It's really just their mob of infantry that we couldn't very well deal with. Yeah, look at that. They lost 605 of the 951 in that army. Yeah, and look at the, they lost every one of their large targets. That would have been Flying Manfred and a Strigoi Lord. We very possibly win that because my gunners can pick them off. The gunners can't pick off Vlad. He's too small. Like, you can't pick him out of a group, unfortunately. So that's the real downside of whenever you're trying to take out Vlad. The damage stats. Some of these units. They had wicked damage stats. It was great. Our infantry was just not good enough. Alright, so we're going to have to make Dementia again, which we will.
Oh, mighty lord.
And we have plenty of cash to do it. And like I said, we made the vampires pay a very terrible price of victory right there. So their victory was hardly worth it. So let's go ahead and recruit. We can actually get Thorgrim now. I know we can get Thorgrim, but I said we'd get Dementia back, and I can't rename Thorgrim, I don't think, so we're gonna bring back Dementia here. Alright, here's Dementia 2.0. Vampires only thought they killed him. Think again. He'll be back, and he's gonna be stronger. Alright.
Summon me if you dare.
What are we doing here?
I will not.
Of course, they're putting together a whole nother army here at Fort Oberstyre.
Vengeful Rune Lord. Yes. By the Gamma's Kron.
Man, I lost a Slayer unit there. Didn't notice that before I auto-resolved.
I. Lord of Clan Morgrim.
It's okay, though. We got one we can replace it with right here.
What do you want? Armed and ready. For the wisdom of Valea.
Most of our garrison is healthy here. Just a couple of units that are still replenishing. Growth and replenishment. The vampires can kind of out-replenish us because of the Raise the Dead mechanic. Okay. Let's build this so we can start getting access to more and better units. Got the cash right now, so this is the time to do this. This building's gonna be very expensive. Sorry for the voice, it's just that time of night where this type of thing's gonna happen. You get more of the special units. I'm working on it. You have to have the right buildings. So I'm gonna have more once we finish building this engineer's workshop and the foundry. So we're going to have more. Theoretically, a lot of good stuff like crank gunners.
How can I help?
Other such units.
Don't you fret, it's done.
Move there so I can replenish a little. I'm going to keep the pressure on Grimgor's faction. I want Grimgor's faction out of the game. Get all of his agents and lackeys and everything else gone. And let's see. Wow, this war with the vampires has been intense, and I like it. I like it. Yeah, crank gunners are one of the ones I want to get. They're kind of like the Dawi version of rattling gunners. I knew it. Like, I had a feeling that this was going to happen. It happened. This is frustrating. We could... Here, hold on. I know how we can fix this. I'm still gonna fight that battle, but... Reload my autosave. I'm gonna get rid of some of my damage units and pull in some regiments of renown. What's Vlad's resistances? I haven't looked. I mean, it's campaign. We should assume he's probably got some physical or ward save. Maybe magic. I don't know. I'll have to take a look. They can basically get just about anything in the campaign mode.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
Insufficient funds, huh? I can fix that.
Time for a reckoning. Master of Runecraft.
Problem solved. There's a unit the vampires won't quickly cut through. Okay. The vampires attack me now.
Lord of Clan Morgan.
Got a couple more solid infantry units to hold up a line while my skirmishers take care of business. What am I munching on? Nothing, unfortunately, right now. Just done being sick, so trying to keep myself from going into an absolute coughing fit here. Alright, now let's go ahead and fight these guys. Bonus versus large. That should go on a Slayer. There we go. Well, let's see if we can mulch a few more 1,000 vampires, and whether or not it will do us any good, since they come back every 2 turns. But we will try to kill them nonetheless. Interesting map here. Looks like there's a bit of a pit in front of us or something. Oh, okay, it's just over-exaggerated. Well, I mean, that water will slow down their approach. It's actually not bad. Actually pretty good. Dang it, one of their armies is coming from behind me. Been stuck with that. I guess we're gonna have to corner camp it. So be it. I mean, if they're gonna come in surrounding me like that, I don't really give a rip. I'll do whatever I need to. Start the battle. Warlers. Guns. Need a tough front line. Back up that front line with Slayers. I think I'm gonna put my guns way back here because they can still hit the large targets from behind the line. Should be fine. Isabella is now flying. That's actually probably good for me.
In short order.
Need to make sure and use my rune magic to buff up my attack and try and do more damage.
Nothing can stop us. Pump those dwarven legs. Plow through. Move now. Go. Charge. Go.
Yeah, use your magic, or whatever the heck that is. Trickster shard, what a waste.
We are relentless. We'll guard it. We'll guard it.
Okay. I've got my skirmisher safe. They do have some Vargeist. Flyers are going to be a problem. We can't let them get past our lines and into our missiles. A Rune Lord might be able act as bait. He's got a healing potion and the Opal Amulet. Let's see what we get here. Our guys are going to try and push to a flank, but there is no flank. Good thing for me is that my Quarrelers with great weapons pretty decent in combat. Why would you be firing at anything except for the Vargeist?
Yes, Faye.
Oh, hold on, hold on. The Rune of Slowness on Isabella. Target her with all the Quarrelers. 3 Vargas left target are here. Okay. Should have gotten that Rune of Slowness a little quicker. Hit her, hit her, hit her. Go! There it goes. So she has been slowed. Of course, my volley's gonna miss her right there. Hoping my guns can get a couple of shots at her before she hits the ground because she's so slow. They did. She's gonna immediately use her potion type ability, but I think my Quarrelers can actually down her quicker than she can heal. Safe play. Another Vargulf incoming. Oh yeah. Alright, sweet. See, that was the difference between this army and the other one. I have a way to deal with Isabella. You very much have a way to deal with Isabella. And Vladdy Daddy will be no exception when he gets up here. He's going to suffer the wrath of many Quarrelers. Vargulf's going down. Trying to spread some damage out. Alright, my Quarrelers can now focus Daddy. And my guns can keep focusing Vargulfs. Just lost another Vargulf. Now Vlad is going to be a tough customer. He's got a good shield, I believe. So it will take my Quarreler some time. And he is actually dodging around kind of like a maniac here. Let's check out his resistances real quick. 25% miss, 80% ward save. CA, really? 80% ward save with 25% missile resistance? There is no amount of CA please that can cover that. I want you to see how much damage my Quarrelers are doing, though, even with the 80% ward save, just to give you an idea of how much damage he's shrugging off right now. %80 ward save. Alright, well, he's still dying. So this is not going to go well for Vlad. Or his lackeys. Vampire leadership is going to be in ruins with Isabella and Vlad down. Why does everything kill the Peak Gate Guard? Like, why do the Peak Gate Guard die to missiles in campaign? They die to infantry in the campaign. They are fighting Grave Guard. Grave Guard would just be downright horrible against the Peak Gate Guard. I swear, like, I always get the Peak Gate Guard because I'm real excited about them, and then they just always just die. Like, I wish CA would buff them or something because they just don't perform. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen the Peak Gate Guard perform. Their name is in fact quite deceiving. They're not the peak of anything. Or like the Valley Gate Guard or something. Like, I mean, they're bad. But we are going to win. They do have one more leader unit back here, which is the only reason why they haven't totally given up the ghost yet. My Quarrelers are pretty well melting stuff. Ammunition is at a premium, though, because I don't have a Master Engineer in this army. We can't just blow our ammunition on everything. We do have rune magic as well. So if we create some blobs, our rune magic will be able to help a little too. I do have a lot of ammo on my guns, so I'm probably going to let them fire. My Quarrelers, I'm going to save my ammo for Gottfried. Then the Corpse Cart. Okay, it starts. Let's let these vampires pile up a little bit, then we're going to start deleting some of their infantry.
It is a reckoning.
There we go.
Strong. It'll get done.
There we go. That did it.
Quarrelers.
That took out enough. Get the job done. Alright, I knew we could survive that one. So Dawi Trooper Wheeler, able to survive. We don't have to have a 2.0 version of him yet. Yeah, the Peak Gate Guard are just really disappointing. Hammers in general are disappointing. Like, their stats don't look bad. But then every fight they go into, they just die in droves. Like, they are just never good, and they die to missiles super easy. Like, CA needs to change something with Hammerers. Like, if they're going to keep them in the crappy state that they're in, then their price should go down. Like, 1100 is way too much, what you get out of Hammerers. I mean, 1,000 tops. I mean, maybe 950 feels like it would be a lot more where they perform. The battle difficulty is on normal. The campaign difficulty is on very hard. So I don't want the AI getting all the arbitrary leadership and defense buffs, but I did want all the huge battles, and we are getting lots of huge battles, so that was definitely the purpose of my difficulty settings. Bad animations, that could be. Maybe it is the animation or like some other factor. Look at Vlad, already alive in a whole nother army. Look at him standing there on the map. We just killed him, like literally killed him. It's another CA please thing that
Such insolence.
he just died. He didn't escape. He died on the battlefield. His whole army's here. We just killed his whole army. So apparently he doesn't go through a wounded period.
The axe thirsts for war.
Yeah, so there is no wounding period apparently. He is immortal in the lore. Well, I mean, that's good, because
Lord of Clan
something's going to have to
Borglin.
explain what's going on here.
My anger burns bright. For Karazankor.
I'm going to kill him again. Ugly fool. I feel like that CA could improve the Warhammer games. Like, I think it's cool that legendary lords don't, like, permanently die. Because then that would take away some of the fun of you getting to fight them.
Lord of Clan
So,
Borglin.
I don't necessarily think they should change that. However, I think that if you kill a legendary lord in battle, like 3 times,
Kill Axe.
that one of 2 things should happen. One could be that that legendary lord suffers massive leadership penalties against you, like just huge, like loss of 50 or 60% leadership against your faction
We demand blood.
until they gain a victory. Like, until they beat you in a battle, they basically are terrified of fighting you because you've defeated them that many times. That'd be one thing they could do. Another thing I'd be okay with is if you kill them 3 times in, you know, like a short spell of turns, right? Let's say that in, you know, 10 or 15 turns you've killed an enemy legendary lord like 3 times, or maybe just keeps track of it, right? Let's say you kill a legendary lord 3 times.
Wronged us.
They should go on a timer for like a lot of turns, like 10 or 15 turns. Like, the player needs to be rewarded for gaining a victory. And like, we've gained some big victories here, and it's fun. I don't not have fun gaining the victory, but it's like, okay, at what point am I going to be rewarded for defeating the vampires? Or does it even matter that I'm winning the battles? You know what I mean? Like, does it matter?
Go.
Why have the battles if they don't mean something? It needs to mean something. I don't mind fighting multiple tough battles. But they need to mean something. And when the enemy suffers no ill effect, because they can just cheat and have 80% ward saves and come back the next turn, then, again, I like battles in this game, but I would have to ask what's their purpose.
Let the vengeance begin. We stay put.
Oh, I forgot my lord. Fantastic. I forgot them both over here. Run! Run, you fools. Here, forgot you.
Warriors! Attack the ox! Yes! Yes! Ready to strike!
I'm gonna have to start whittling down. Lad. Cavalry suicided into the middle of me, which was rather strange, I have to admit.
Understood, Lord!
Alright, Vlad's ward save is still keeping him from taking any damage. Usually once he settles into a fight, he'll start to die fast because nothing can give him cover.
The clans unite! Move! Strike out! Aye! Basil! Go!
Vlad just pulled through.
Aye! Strike out!
So I'm gonna surround him with Slayers.
Bring the axe! Iron blade!
Pull through cheater too, is he?
What? Valea, bless our aid! Thunderers! Attack!
He's exposed to my quarrelers now.
Clans unite!
Yeah, he's in big trouble. I'm gonna kill some of my own Slayers, but Slayers are prepared to die.
Rules of power, unbending. I will do it! Warriors!
Alright,
Off we go!
once again we kill Vlad. Will it matter?
Thunderers!
Nobody knows.
Dawi,
And then my
attack!
Peak Gate Guard, dying to skeleton spears, a standard grave guard, and a corpse cart with an unholy lodestone. And they've only gotten 51 kills. 51 kills in the face of some of the trashiest vampire units in Melee. Unreal.
For the ancestor gods!
Eek nothing. I need to find out what's wrong with hammerers. They're just bad. Let's see, people are saying about the lords. I like that idea. I'd be afraid of someone who killed me 3 times. Yeah, I think it's fair, right? The leadership penalty is one way they could handle it, so at least that way when the AI just keeps respawning their crap right back at you, they're going to be less effective. Like, so you having won big battles will mean something, because now it means that they're going to have a very difficult time beating you. I think that would be a fair way to handle it. I think that having them get dropped, you know, for multiple turns would also be fair.
On my way.
Meaning that they cannot come back for X number of turns. There's definitely a few ways I think you could handle it.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Well, folks, we did good. We got quite a lot done here. And I think overall this was pretty effective. However, it is going to be time for me to go for the night. We are working on getting more of the specialty units. So in the next episode, our new army here with John as its lord. And in honor of John, he's going to get to be the first one to field some of these units. We're just a few turns away from being able to recruit some of them. So the next episode that we do, we will definitely be getting some of the best gun units on here. And John Captor is going to get to take those into battle. Dementia 2.0 is going to be back in business after a few turns. And then, of course, we've got action going on down here with Grombrindal as well. Speaking of which... Here's Nakai, or one of his armies running around down here. The Greenskin's running away.
You know who I am.
Thought they liked to scrap here. Greenskins were all about the scrapping. Alright, well, on the plus side, we took over the entirety of the Eastern Badlands and have punted Grimgor out of them. So that's good news. So we now control the Eastern and Western Badlands. And the fight for Sylvania continues, but remember, we do have a third army, and it is going to have some really sick units in it, too. Speaking of, we can go ahead and start building some of these. I mean, a line of Longbeards and Beards with great weapons would be pretty effective as a front, and then, of course, we'll want some Slayers. And we've got access to Gyrocopters, cannons. We're going to have those other gun units, too, so... should be a good time. Thank you all for joining this one. Again, thanks everybody for putting up with my voice, which is still pretty strained right now, but coming back, fortunately, and it will be continuing to come back. But stick with me. We've got a lot of good content coming to you the rest of this week. I'll be streaming again Thursday night at this same time. I don't know what yet. We'll find something fun to stream. Probably just some Warhammer 2 battles or something. I don't know for sure, though. I'll find something. We'll stream it together and have a good time of it. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now.